What's going on, Legend? How you doing, my friend? What's going on, Legends? How you doing, bro? Loaded question. Can't get into it. I am breathing. Oh, I feel you. Yeah, life is a little crazy. I'm probably only gonna be on here for like 20 or 30 minutes. I'm honestly just relaxing at the end of the day. You still doing that like roofing work? Need cash on your plate? Yeah. It honestly might have been too late to do it live. I'm so tired already. So there was never really a point to going live just now. But anyway, I do hope things get better, Legend. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go hop in the shower or something. There's not much for me to do. It's late at night. Oh my god. Anyway, have a good night, my friend. Oh wait, hold up. You hit rock bottom? Wait, you not working at Lowe's anymore? Saw you were doing some roofing stuff. Bro, what? So you're still working there? Side job went south. Did a week in county. What are you talking about, bro? Oh man. I mean, if you can't get into it, you're all good. But oh man, had to move. Yeah, bro. Moving expenses can be nuts. What's going on? Playtime 3. Oh yeah, playtime. What's going on, playtime? It hits 60 on free spin, like freewheel spin, but I'm 200 pounds, and it won't. I don't think I can get it past like 50, 55 or so. So I mean, if you're a lighter rider, you can probably get up to the 60 miles an hour or so. But it is governed at 61 miles an hour, right? So it'll zip all the way up to 61 miles an hour if I pick that rear wheel up, but it'll stop right there. So I hope that answers your question. It's got tons of torque. Like, this thing has some absolutely insane torque. And I mean, I rode it for the video is going to drop on Thursday, I believe. But in that video, I do a full range test with this bike, and I was able to get 40 miles of throttle only, like really, really, really hard riding. Legend says, I need cash. Bro, man, yeah. Email? Yeah, there's an email in in my channel description. Playtime says I live in DC. Yeah, I've been to DC. I would love to ride around DC. I visited there several times doing work. Do you think Sauron will try to ban Dried and 79 bikes like they did Telaria? No, I don't think so. And I mean, I think the main reason is because a lot of these bikes are E-Ride, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, E-Ride, 79 bike, and Telaria. I mean, I think what Sauron is doing is like really petty. I think it's really stupid that if you can't just make a good enough bike that people want to buy it, you got to sue other people so that they don't make bikes that are better than yours. That's kind of how I think Sauron's going about it. But do I think that they're going to try and ban everything else? That really depends on, like, as much as I hate to say it, it's going to depend on, like, who they bribe and, like, who they're lobbying to try and get laws pushed or whatever in their favor. But I don't. It's just going to depend on, like, who's looking over that copyright lawsuit or whatever, or intellectual rights infringement or whatever they're trying to do. But I think the thing to remember there is that so many of the e-bikes on the market are coming from overseas factories. So it's not like, if I purchase something from overseas, there's nothing that, like, a copyright law in America is going to do to prevent me from buying it and just shipping it in, What's going on, everybody? Let's see. What's going on? Real Grim Panda. My email is my email is in my channel description. I don't want to put my email in the chat. The Real Grim Panda says, "Are you in a hotel room? Also, I wish some of these new laws weren't so stupid. Writing something like that looks like a blast." Yes, I am in a hotel room. I'm doing work out of town right now. So I'm in Austin for a night or two, just doing a little bit of my work. Hell yeah, Legend. I look forward to the email. But yeah, no, this bike was definitely a blast. Once the minute I rode into town and I got to my hotel, I loaded it out the back of my truck and I rode it around for 30 minutes or so. So I mean, yeah, this bike has just insane amounts of torque. It's extremely fun. Super easy to loop. Like, I'm not even pulling the throttle a quarter of the way to get up some of these extremely steep hills. So Tim Morris says, yeah, that makes sense. A stock E-Ride is way better and faster than a stock Sauron, and it's cheaper. Yeah, because it's like somebody else is always going to make something more efficient than you do. Well, that's relative, but that's the whole spirit of, like, competition, I guess. right? I'm not even talking about like capitalism or whatever, but just like competition in general. Somebody makes an item, other people are gonna like things like that and try to make something better, right? Whether it's more power or just better battery efficiency. Here, I'll just. There you go. Yeah, Whimsical Biscuits got it. Yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on Suron trying to take over the market. Do you think you would buy this over an e-ride if you lived in a Karen-filled area? Yeah. I mean, the thing is that this looks very much so like an e-moto, or like an electric dirt bike or something. And they frame this as two things. They frame it as an electric dirt bike, and they also frame it as an electric mountain bike. And like it has pedals, which is great. But I mean, it's not like you're going to use those pedals. Although it's not that bad to ride around, actually. Um, not that again, not that I'm using pedals on this thing at all. But I think having pedals and just having the ability to literally just do the motion and ghost pedal just so that a Karen doesn't yell at you, I think is a plus side. I think that's a pro to a lot of the bikes like this. Sad Hana Devi throwing some cries in there. Yeah. I mean, I see a lot of people getting real scared about the e-bike space and like how laws are changing, and I think that is really, I think it's very relative to where you are. Because there's a lot of places still that are just like, as long as you're not doing wheelies in the street, as long as it has pedals, as long as it has turn signals, as long as you're not blowing 50 miles an hour, through the green belt or sidewalks where people are walking, I think cops will typically leave you alone. And I'm very much on that side. I think that as long as you're not doing those things, there's no reason that you should be bothered. That not to say that there isn't like a cop out there that's gonna be just, power tripping or something. Look up in the chat, Legend. It's in the chat. Yeah, the email. The email is in the chat, Legend. Yeah, Grim Panda says, yeah, I'm in Massachusetts. Kids doing stupid shit really kind of ruined it for folks. I agree. 100% of the complaining that I see online in the e-bike community is aimed at young kids doing stupid crap on very fast bikes, right? And I'm not saying people can't have fun, but I am saying that like somebody put it like this, okay? And I kind of resonated with their description or assessment of the situation. The reason you don't see adults a lot of the time getting in trouble for riding e-bikes or whatever is because we have had years of driving experience and we know how erratic other people can be in cars. Sometimes people have been in accidents in regular cars and they know that if they weren't in a giant big metal death box, they would have been dead, right? So there are people who are going to be much more cautious riding on bikes because they're 25, 30, 35, 40 years old, right? And they have these years of experience on the road. Whereas kids who are like 13, 14, 15 years old who have never been behind the wheel of a car, they get that speed thrill, right? They're going 30, 40, 50 miles an hour and they get that thrill. And then they mix tricks and like, oral farming into it. and then all of a sudden they, slap into a tree or a car going 45 miles an hour while they're wheeling and break both their kneecaps, right? Like, then that goes on a headline, and all of a sudden all of us, have laws restricting our e-bikes, right? Like, to me, that makes a lot of sense. That's a pretty accurate and based assessment of the whole situation we have going on right now. I think. That's what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong a little bit. But yeah, Tim Moore says, yeah, my area is going to completely ban them, and if you're on one and it's not licensed, you get arrested. But if it has pedals, it might change that. See, that's where I agree. I think that the moment you get rid of pedals, even I'm on this like very fine line, right? I want pedals on e-bikes, but I don't ever want to use the pedals. The pedals are literally just a last resort. But I mean, like, just 750 watts doesn't cut it. There's just no world in which that is uh, fun or adequate, right? Like, there's roads everywhere that are 40 to 55 miles an hour speed limits. And if your bike is limiting you to like 20 miles an hour or 28 miles an hour, like, and there's no bike lane and there's no sidewalk you can get onto or anything like that, I mean, it's just, I feel like that's more dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I think pedals are, I don't know, they're needed for e-bikes, but I mean, it's just a deterrent. I mean, you can do all of the same stupid stuff on an e-bike with pedals that you can on one with just pegs. Tim Morris says, but like, it's annoying because there are pedal kits for start vargs, so if they have pedals, it's legal. Like, it doesn't make a big difference, and they don't even work. So, yeah. No, I understand that. Like, that's kind of my whole. That's kind of one of the things I'm saying is that I want pedals on a bike, even though I know that there just is no use for them on a lot of these bikes. Um, that's a fine line, though, like I said, because I mean, I don't think that it would be cool to just get a start bar that'll, go 100 miles an hour and then put pedals on it just to like technically make it legal. I think that the pedals need to be at least functional, right? Like, you need to be able to at least pedal this bike with no power and actually have it move from point A to point B for it to, I feel like, be at least okay to just be riding around. I don't know. That's the fence that I'm on. The email is in the chat. I said the email's in the chat. It's Whimsical Biscuit literally sent the email in the chat. Grim Panda says, no, you're right. The culture is weird right now when it comes to laws, kids, all that. Like, we could easily make it if you're above X age, then you can make your own choices and reap the consequences. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that kind of mindset for the most part, right? Like, I don't think that an adult, just because he's willing to get on the highway where vehicles are going 80 miles an hour, I don't think they should be able to hop on there with a bike just because they are able and willing to do that. But yeah. this over legislation feels more like an attack on people who are trying to get by, who use stuff like e-bikes to deliver food, rather than for the overall safety of the community. Yeah, I agree. I think that basically, I think that our country is. I'm not trying to get political, but I think that everything is very car centric. You know what I mean? I feel like they've based all of our cities around just the assumption that everyone's going to ride a car, and the very few amount of people that don't ride a car are going to take public transit, which they don't even fund anyway, right? Which I don't know, it's kind of shitty. But I do think the attack on the e-bike community it's like 50 to 75% because really young people are getting a hold of 50, 60 mile an hour e-bikes and like killing themselves or like wrecking stuff. And then the other 25 to 50% is because we live in a car centric society, and like a lot of businesses and corporations are profiting off the fact that every single person has their own car repairs, insurance, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't think anyone should ride anything like an e-bike on the highway. Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like there's a time and a place, like Professor Oak said in Pokemon. Tim Moore says, yeah, you're also right. It is the young kids. Like a few days ago, there was a kid that died a kid that died, and then a kid that was hospitalized in only a week. Yeah, exactly. Big Boy Dude, what's going on? Big Boy says, is this the new R19? Yeah, this is the new updated model. I released a review on it last week, so there is a fresh, in-depth review on the brand new Coswheel R19 model. I'm having a lot of fun riding this thing. I took it with me out of town. I was easily able to just like pick this up from right here and here and just like put it in the back of my truck. The only reason it's inside this hotel room right now is because it started like crazy thunderstorming outside, which I don't actually think would do anything to this bike because I drove through a massive thunderstorm with this bike just strapped to the bed of my truck, all open like it is right now. And then it's still powered on, and I was able to ride it around just fine. Yeah, that's the email. Yeah, that email that Whimsical Biscuit is showing. That's it right there. Real Grim says, yeah, public transit is a joke in most places. We need to invest in railways along with other stuff. But do you think they will come out with a blinker kit for the R19? Actually, I already have I have a blinker kit on it right now that I'm enjoying. This is the one I have right now. Tim Morris was the top speed you've ever hit. I think the highest I hit was close to 50. I tried a top speed test the other day, and I could only get to about 46 miles an hour. I was just ripping it around earlier, and I think the highest I got GPS tracked was 40 miles an hour. So I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm getting the full 60 miles an hour out of this bike. On a good day, I seem to be able to get up to the low 50s. But again, I need to verify that with my GPS riding app. So, Tim Morris says, yeah, is there a key ignition? It is a NFC card. Yeah. So technically it's a key. This right here, it just turns it on. If I press it, this is the key card. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for the likes. I didn't notice that all those were coming in. That's awesome. Been up since 3 a.m. Boy, god damn, man. My email has popped up in the chat 3 or 4 times at this point already, just so we're very clear. I don't know if I'm not communicating correctly or something, but my email has shown up in this chat right here 3 or 4 times already. Like I don't know what else that I need to say. My email is I've seen my email pop up multiple times. If you want my email is right there. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't understand why I keep getting asked for my email if I've already said it multiple times in this chat. Okay? So, Whimsical Biscuit, that the person in the chat has said my email multiple times already. So we're good there. Bro, okay. Okay, that's why. It's because the chat was it was hiding the email comment, I think, for spam protection. So I apologize. I apologize there. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. I apologize for getting angry. I thought that it was just popping up and you were ignoring it. But yeah, that's the email if you want to reach me. Big Boy Dude says, I saw the review you made and I'm glad someone made one for the updated model this early on. There's just one thing the video didn't answer, and that's how the bike fit you. The bike fits really good. So I'm like 5'9" to 5'10". I don't know. I guess I wake up in the morning and lose an inch by the end of the day. I don't know. I hear your spine shrinks. Anyway, so I'm like 5'9.5", okay? And I can get two flat feet. Those are 2 flat feet on the floor right now, and I am 5'9", but it is like just barely, right? Like if I like really stomp in 1 foot, then another foot is like 2 or 3 inches off the floor. But like I can get 2 feet down. It feels really good, and I mean the suspension is just killer. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, big boy dude. Uh, yeah, Big Dog Joe, what's going on? He says I had the same bike, had to upgrade the forks and rear shock. I'm 6'2", stock sucks. Oh shit! You think the suspension on this is actually bad? I feel like this suspension is the best I've ever felt in an e-bike so far. The only suspension that I've seen that possibly competes with this is the G100 Pro, and that's because it has dual shocks in the back. Uh, and I mean, the G100 Pro might be slightly better than this, but this rides like butter to me. Grim Panda says, "Did anybody say anything when you were bringing the bike into the hotel?" I'm not even gonna lie. I purposely went inside and then down the hallway and like opened up the side door and just like pulled my bike in through the side because I felt I didn't even want to be asked. I didn't even want to be asked about that. Goldman Knight says, "Do you know the exact motor brand? Is it laser etched onto the outside shell? Let me know. Trying to find the mod. Let me know. Trying to mod the bike before it arrives June 10th. Perfect. All right, I'll look out for that email, legend. Yeah, big boy. If you're 6'2", it should fit you like perfectly. I want to say. I don't want to use the word perfect loosely here, but I think that if you're 6'2", this bike will probably fit you. It'd probably fit you perfect if you were 6 foot. Me being 5'9" to 5'10", and just barely being able to get both feet on the floor, it's obviously very comfortable to me. But obviously, if I had like another 2 inches of like leg length, I mean, then that would probably feel even better, you know. Which being 6'2", you probably have another 2 inches of leg length and 2 inches of like upper torso length or something. So yeah, stands perfect for 6'2". Yeah, that'd probably be really good for you. I'll look for the motor. Goldman Knight. Let's see, it's a little specific. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Goldman Knight. If you're like 5'4", I don't think that this bike would fit you at all. Yeah, I think that this would be a very, very big bike for somebody at 5'4". Oh, Big Dog says, I have a DMO1 Amiet 8. I ride on the street, so I think I need to change the tires too. Yeah, probably going to. My email's on my phone. That's how I have to, so I have to stop the live. Yeah, it's huge. Let me see what that motor brand is, though. You can see it right there. Yeah, I mean, it's a, XZS72V26030-138, so that's like the production model and date on there. So if you rewind whatever I just said, that's the text that's on that motor. But there's somebody who actually already has this bike extremely modified, like going 85 miles an hour or something, and they put a QS 273 rear hub motor on the back. All right. That is probably That's probably going to be it for the night. I mean, I have work in the morning, so I can't be up too late. We've been doing this live for about 30, 40 minutes now. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful night. Wish you all a happy, peaceful, fulfilling life. Cheers, my friends. Live well.